Today in the 6th episode, we will all see how the contents of the bridal bustier are prepared. These lessons have been prepared with great effort for you. You can thank us by sending these lessons to your friends and groups. Remember, these lessons are priceless and cannot be found anywhere else in the world. So don't forget to comment and like. Now sit back and we are moving on to the 6th episode. Enjoy watching.
Dear friends, beloved friends, welcome. You have brought joy, very important. Let's say it's a beautiful day where we are speeding up, getting excited, and heading towards results. We hope everything is fine, everything is good. Your health, your well-being, our perspectives now are focused on success, the feelings of we can do it. And I hope all of these are good right now and that something will rise from now on. We will see these in action. After seeing these, we will continue on our path. Dear friends, we have cut our last patterns. Here's that. We have prepared everything. Take a look from there. We will now open our molds and let's see what we will see as a result. I want to open my first number 1 mold right here.
The mold is here and it is standing here. Let's take a look at this too. My number 2 mold.
We are excited. Everything is going well. It's going quite smoothly. So far, everything is as we wanted. We are progressing without missing any details, and success is very close. I opened the number 2 mold, my dear friends, like this. Here I have the number 3 mold. As I mentioned before, maybe you are thinking something like this right now. We haven't made the collar.
Yes, we didn't make the collar because I will make the collar after seeing the pattern on the mannequin.
I want to do guaranteed work because this is my number 3 mold. I took it out like this.
This is number 4. If you remember, we had interfaced pieces left over from the bodies. We will make the covers with them. So hopefully everything will go well. Yes, we saw this part, friends. Look, we saw it here now. We opened it. What did we do?
We had prepared the fabric in 4 layers. We had taken out our patterns from there. We had cut them. We had placed the front piece on the fold of the fabric. We had placed it on the lengthwise fold.
And this is the piece with that layer. Our number 1 pattern. Come a little closer. When we open this like this, yes, we are met with this view. Let's open this part as well. If you remember, our fabric was a bit short here, but I didn't worry about it. And there is a length difference, just so you know. But I'm not concerned about it right now.
I'm not stopping, I mean. So 2 pieces came out like this. This is the front piece, my friends. This is the front piece of the pattern. Here, we opened one. Let me show you right here.
Oh, long piece. So this fits right here. This piece is exactly for this spot. It already showed itself. It made me a bit happy.
If corrections are needed, what David shared, that we will make them. That it's already starting to say, Diaba, I'm here. Yes, let's take a look. Our number 1 pattern is here. 2 of these come out. Why? Because the fronts are closed as we took it from the fabric fold.
But since these do not have a closed side, 4 pieces come out, 2 right, 2 left, including inner and outer. What do?
We end up taking it out with the lining, so we can say this. Let's make it top and bottom like this, so we can understand the subject.
This is our number 1 pattern, the front piece. The pieces that will come next to this front piece. Exactly like that. So, the same as these pieces you see here. This has come here. Let's take a look. Our number 3 pattern as well. This also came out double here. For example, look here from a distance. Here, 1, 2, number 2 patterns.
Since a pair came out here, we actually cut this with its lining. That's why we took 4 layers when cutting our patterns.
These are our number 3 patterns. The best part, we've done some things, now we've taken them out. We'll see what happens here now. It really is the best part. We've left these here. This is the top part, so we'll decide whether it's the lining inside or outside.
Finally, this one here.
Let's see. Look, the shape appeared immediately. When it's double-sided, the comprehensibility improved. As soon as it became double-sided, it showed itself. Yes, the sides. We have 2 pieces. If we want, one can be the lining and the other the outer, or we will make a decision here ourselves. And let's see what happens from here. My dear friends, when we were cutting our patterns from the latest fabrics, we had leftover pieces.
These, dear friends, can actually be called covers. So whatever we want from the leftover cover, these are the extra pieces that will be given to us. Let's see what we will come up with from here.
First of all, this section, dear friends,
Now, in terms of length, this is our pattern. It's the number 4 piece of the pattern. If we want, we can also prepare a cover pattern that's exactly 1.5 times longer. When I say cover pattern, it's very simple. I mean standard, a very easy system. We have a piece like this. Meanwhile, we don't immediately throw away the small pieces. We'll evaluate them at the end. For example, look, right now we need a piece for the pattern.
We are evaluating this right here.
Okay, how will the cover be?
I want to take one and iron it a bit. Let the fabric come to life.
Yes, let's take this and evaluate it. I want to quickly make a mold of it in this corner. Which mold was this? Here's the last piece, a slightly longer version of the last piece. Since this is exactly the end of the back, we can say it's a bit longer in length. Let's just take the length line. Then we'll see what result we get.
This is already the easiest point. So what am I saying? I say this length is sufficient for me. I marked it like this. Look, I marked it like this. There's no special feature. Just close this area straight like this.
Just like this much here. In fact, this is very wide, this is very wide, but let's start and see what we'll find. This will remain as its pattern. I mean, the back cover pattern.
We'll take notes on it. I just cut this quickly.
I'm not prolonging it.
It has no features at all. We will use it as a template. We will use it as a cover template. I say it like this because since it will be used as a cover, either when it is tied at the back or when it is worn in a slightly larger size, let this be used as a cover on the back so that the body skin is not visible. Right here, one side, the bottom or top, it doesn't matter. I want to round one side, any side that will be the bottom. No problem at all. I am saying that this is suitable for me, but it is very thick, very thick. Let's clean this up right away. Let's not disturb this fabric factory mark here. I want to thin this out from one side. It looks very thick to me, very big.
Still there. Nobody care, so I talk less. I still there.
This cover, I mean, what am I saying?
When we see it like this, when it comes into our mold, the lid will close just like this. When the seam allowances are gone, it will be a bit smaller. I want it to come down to the zipper area. From the back, the zipper section should not remain open. So this is my lid. I mean, I'm saying collared body. Come closer and look. There was writing on this here.
Colored body, you see it like this.
colored body. I do it like this right here.
BYB cover. This very good. The same thing, friends. Look, I placed the cover here. It showed itself completely here. Since this is also the back piece of the hijab, a cover like this needs to be prepared for it as well. Let me prepare one for that right away. I'm thinking right now. I'm just looking at a long piece to see if it's enough. Quick. Let's see if this will be enough. I'm looking at the back piece of the hijab. It's enough.
I want it to be a bit longer, up to here. Look, I'm not taking my hand away at all. I'm not separating it from here.
I say it's enough for me. I immediately took the piece from here.
It has no special feature. It's tight, I mean. But this part looks a bit tight to me, friends. It seems a bit tight.
It came out quite narrow, not just a little. Let's see what result it will give if I make it oval. If it doesn't work, I'll change the fabric. I'll redo that part.
One man rollie, one small prayer, yeah. I did bar man, I no fear, yeah. I don't lose and I don't let, yeah. Still they stand for here, I swear. 'Cause I ask God questions.
When I see it like this, it looks like this. Yes, I want this part to be close to. The seam allowances are going. So it could be something elegant. Okay, let's place this here.
This is the cover for the veiled. This is the cover. So for the unveiled. Now, so let's move on to wrapping up. Of course, I won't do that. Well, I won't mix the two together, but that will stay there. Let's finish this first, then move on to that. I mean, small details, quick details, practical details, productions. I mean, as you can see, I'm working alone right now, right? We don't need anyone. Why? Actually, I'm giving you a message. I'm saying that you can do everything on your own. More precisely, you can achieve very excellent results on your own. I'm working alone.
It's all a message. This guy works alone. He explains, produces, teaches, and creates molds. If it weren't for the training right now, we would have been long gone. We would have soared.
Let's say we made the crinoline. We created the pattern for the crinoline, explained it. In other words, we brought it to life. We made the body patterns.
Well, how much? 5 hours. Do you understand? We achieved so much in 5 hours.
What does this mean? It means that without this training, not 5 hours, let's say 1 day for this. In 1 day, it means that, very beautiful things can be done. Believe in yourself and you will succeed. I mean, if we've come this far, it means we're halfway there.
All right, dear friends, now I have taken these pieces like this, layer by layer. Now I will take them to the iron again.
I will iron each of my patterns one by one. It doesn't matter if it's inside or outside. I'm not even talking about that right now, but it will be discussed. For example, I separated the bottom part as one set and the top part as another set. Well, however, we can't insist that this will be the outside or insist that it will be the inside. This decision will be made along the way. Which one will you make the outside, which one the inside? Since I'm working with lining, both are from the same fabric, the same material. That's why I continue comfortably. We are this beautiful. They are ready right away. Let's see what the teams will be like now. I took it like this, ironed in 2 sets, ready, sharp pieces. Now let's put this here and this here. What we prepared earlier, see, it was prepared in 2 sets. We mentioned the cover earlier. Now we have this fabric. I don't want it in 4 layers. I want it in 2 layers. I want to see it like this. I can use the top part as a completely closed area. Here the width and length don't matter. I'm not concerned about that, just so you know. I'm not concerned about the width or length. That's why I can cut it from any corner that suits me, especially paying attention to the top part being closed. I say I can cut it like this, and now let's take it and cut it immediately. In this way, we have also prepared the cover. I am not changing the mold at all. This is the cover mold. Look, we don't need to be meticulous with this, friends. I mean, I can say this. You can sew it with any overlock. Like this, there is no special feature. If we want, we can continue like this and go in and out with the overlock. So there is no problem. Don't stress yourself, don't strain, don't tire yourself. Like that, just like this. Keep going.
Believe me, this is enough. Don't drag out the cover topics, especially. Don't worry yourself. I'll learn it like this.
That's it. I mean, there's nothing special. First of all, we've prepared the covers as well.
From here on, dear friends, the process we will undertake is to decide on one of these. So, what kind of decision? Which one will be the lining? Which one will be on the outside? Meaning, which will be the inner piece? Which will be the outer piece? This is an important process for those starting from scratch. For our new friends, look, it's like this. Then it's the same with our mold. Look, you saw it in our mold. Look, it's the same here. It came in the same shape and fit here. So, if this piece is like this, it will be sewn onto this. It will be sewn this way. and finished. Now, I saw this here. So, what are we doing? We continue on. All of them will be sewn together like this. Let's follow this process well and succeed.
Okay, our first piece, piece number 1, this is the piece you see here. So let's place this right away. We took it. You might ask for my needle size. Right now, you might wonder, teacher, what size needle are you using? Friends, I am using size 16. You might immediately think, isn't size 16 too thick? Classic questions. Well, I use size 16 constantly when sewing lace and sometimes when sewing sequins to prevent slipping. However, I don't feel the need to change the needle.
Doesn't the number 16 needle tear or damage your fabric? Since this is satin, I don't have such a concern. It doesn't bother me, in other words. That's why I continue. Now, let's move on to fitting this piece here. We said we had an allowance of about 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter allowance. So, what do I mean? We had a 1 centimeter seam allowance, and normally I'm used to sewing with 0.5 centimeter, but I will give this a slightly wider distance. I will sew at approximately 1 centimeter. Friends, I am setting my stitch to 2.5. I tighten this tension here like this. Let the thread be a bit tight. Then with my hand like this, see from a bit of a distance, I grasp it completely with my hand, holding the bottom part. I start like this, in the name of God. I continue. Friends, here the gears are pulling this piece from below. Since it pulls quite a bit, let's hold it a bit firmly. So it doesn't go immediately, because if it goes, the top will slip. It will leave a long distance below. Sometimes even we can't save it. Okay, keep this loose. The bottom part tight. Look, we keep this loose. There's the bottom part tight for balance, so that there is no slipping on the fabric due to friction. I place my hand here, not allowing it to take immediately. I also leave this relaxed. I finished this. How nice that it fit perfectly. Look how nicely it fit perfectly. Let's take a look. When we look inside, there will be no shrinking, breaking, or distortion, friends. If your machine is gathering here, check your hand first. If there is slipping or waviness in the machine, it is related to your hand while sewing here. You might be feeding too much or pulling too much. You will evaluate yourself there. Our friends starting from scratch, just like we did when we started, have come a long way. You are on the same path now. You will succeed. Do not hesitate. Do not be shy. Do not feel uncomfortable. It happens. It might be flawed at first, but it can gradually improve, just so you know. Now let's move on to this piece. I am doing the same process on the opposite row, my dear friends. I immediately placed the second counterparts like this and took my machine. I continue. I also keep the bottom part firm in the same way. I'm letting this go freely. I mean, I'm guiding it, but not pulling it. Then look, I held the bottom part here with my hand. I'm not letting go. First, we will see these confirm our product. Okay, is this the correct mold? Did it come out healthy? It can't be done without seeing the mold first. Or you can also follow these steps. First, we will see our work. It will be guaranteed. Then we will see what happened and what didn't. I am checking the inside right away, and it's ready. Yes, ready like this. So let's move on to the next pieces. Which ones? My number 3 molds. I see it like this, we already know from here. Look, the long ones are number 3 molds, the short ones are number 4. The last piece is short because the body descends in a V shape. That's why these are our number 3 molds. I'm coming right away. Look, there are also marks here to prevent slipping. This will be sewn on the side. This means the place with the mark will go here. So let's place it like this and continue like this. In these pieces, if there is no turning, meaning no curves, you can be at ease. However, since it will push the front upper side, we keep the lower side firm, the upper side is free. Look, I'm keeping the lower side firm, the upper side is free. If you hold it too firmly, what happened to me might happen. Look, I held it too firmly.
The top part is short. Look, I held it too tight. The top part became short. It's normal, you'll be comfortable.
But this is not a problem. Just so you know, it's not that important of an issue. I'm adjusting this part right away. I'm excited. We'll see if our newly released pattern will be successful.
Let's also exchange some feelings. Those who are excited, write it down. Look, I haven't pulled this right now. I left it relaxed.
Because I left it relaxed, it fit better than the other one. Look, it fit better than the other one because I didn't pull it. Earlier, I pulled it too much, so it left a bit more difference here, but it's not important. Right now, it's fine. You can share my excitement, and those eagerly awaiting the result can write something. Let's see. I've placed my number 4 piece here as well. Normally, what was my style? Before we would always leave some allowance at the back, be prepared for the fitting. But right now, look, right now, that's not the case. We said 38-40 to hit the mark directly.
We closed the topic, 38 and 40.
I placed it and it's ready. This.
And let's say, did it get messed up? Did it work? Like this, I like it, it worked. I'm curious about the back.
Did we make a mistake on the back? And wow, how beautiful we are. How beautiful you are. I mean, to bring this out like this right now.
Is it made this easy? It seems very easy to me, but understanding and seeing the result is very different. I mean, we will both create the mold and do everything. We will see it here. But the result I got right now satisfied me. I'm leaving this here. Look, I'm leaving this here. This is the outer piece.
I am not touching it or interfering with its ironing right now. Now let's move on to preparing the inner piece. For the inner piece, dear friends, I want to take a loop from here. It can be a hanger ribbon or a loop. I will show you both. This works, it doesn't matter. They all work. First of all, what we have on hand, look, they will be the same color, especially. There's this, a rat tail, and there's also a 1/2 centimeter ribbon. You can use whichever of these strings you want, either ribbon or rat tail. We have seen this part too. Now, what are we going to do? Come closer to me like this. Like this, my friends. We thought of this as lining. First of all, I have 30 centimeters of these threads. 2 pieces, 2 pieces. See it completely like this. Prepare 2 pieces of 30 centimeters of this. We also have threads here. How beautiful. This could be a different type of thread. There are gold-colored wrapping threads. Those would work. They give your products a more elite look. Your fabric doesn't have to be matte satin. It could be American, original American, or DuPont satin or brocade. So don't think you have to use matte satin. You can make your products very high quality. However, matte satin is appreciated everywhere, just so you know. Ready? Let's say, look like this. These threads are ready in your hand and you are at the middle part of the number 2 pattern. I will explain that too. Here, to the area that comes to the side, 5 centimeters below. By the way, what a beautiful pattern. What a beautiful work. To the side, attach your threads. 5 centimeters to the middle of the area that comes down. Attach your threads, 5 centimeters. Come closer to me. We immediately placed it under the machine. First, I zigzag these here. First, I zigzag this. Now, I came right away. I do the same process here on this. I continue sewing all of them in the same way. Look like this. If it's like this, this will be taken and sewn here. But don't sew the threads. Be careful. let's come and see this. Here it also has hangers like this, a system where everything is ready inside. Of course, we mentioned number one. One was short while cutting the pattern on the fabric. That's why we didn't turn there.
But we left it like this. Hopefully it won't cause any harm. That's what I hope.
We prepared this as an inner piece. Now, these two pieces, my dear friends, are ready here. Look, there are no strings on the outer piece, but there are strings on the inner piece. So the next step is to iron them. In other words, to open the products. How will we do this? Let's move on to ironing.
Let's see it like this. Look here like this. From here.
Some of our men friends sometimes do not attach a globe to these products. Some do not have a globe. It varies from person to person depending on preference. Let's take a look at this. I am saying there is no globe in this product. Look, there is no globe in this product. That is, no globe has been inserted inside. What is globe? It is the parts that serve as underwear, creating a tight appearance. There is no globe. I do not see globe in this. There is no globe tension in this product. But won't we do it? We will. It's no problem. We can do it. What we need is, which one will the globe be attached to? The globe is attached to the lined piece with a string. The boning that will be stretched on the body is attached to these, just so you know. Let's place it here like this. Let's see.
I want to fit the back right away. Let's see. It already did its job, I mean. Everything is as we want right now. So what does that mean?
This means we can do ready-made production without seam allowances for the backs right now. Let's take a look.
Okay. Janga, I came like this. Very important points. Very important points. Let's be careful. There's always something to learn. I'm also looking at the back allowance like this. Let's see here. Now, I just want to stretch this part properly. Let me see. By the way, this is the first time we're using this mold. It's brand new, never used. We don't know what the result will be. That's why this part isn't finished yet. That's why it's so detailed. Once we see our mold, there will be no problems. I'm just curious about how my mold turned out. That's why we're moving forward. Now, as we mentioned here, look, we haven't opened the seams here. We said, since this is a turning point, let's stabilize it. Let's see if there's any gap or if it's perfectly fitted. If it is, let's immediately take a needle.
Let it not move at all anymore. Let's also check here. Is it settled like this? If it's settled, we can pin it here too. If you don't want it to move at all, you can come down like this and pin it from below if you're meticulous about these things. Look, I've settled this part. I'm coming back here. I'm checking if there's anything, if there's a problem. I'm opening it like this.
I liked it. Friends who have understood so far, please write.
Let's take a look. Yes, look, 85, 80. Let's see right away.
Say it down immediately. Look, say it down immediately. 80 is happening. 80 number globes. I came to one of them, to the chest. Look, I'm making sure from below. I'm making sure from below. I say it down. The bottom part is fine.
If the top part is suitable, if it fits, it's fine. Let's secure our needle.
We can change its position shortly. Let just 2 needles hold this place. Let's immediately place the counterpart like this.
I'm immediately checking the lower control. Look, my lower control is complete. It's done. I secured this with the help of 2 needles.
Yes, there is an average distance of 2.5 centimeters, 2.5 or 3 centimeters in the middle. I left it like that, but it's not like this. It must be 3 centimeters. It's not like that, friends. You can be at ease.
1 needle from below.
Let's gather this up like this. All right, let's check this balance from here.
Is this balance good? Is it in place? Sometimes there are such shifts. Let's not make shifts. Let's be meticulous. I feel like this part is a bit lower.
I will only take this. Look, I will only take this, like this, like this. Look.
This. What happened? Both are balanced. This is enough. Just so you know. From the center, my friends, from the center, like this. Place pins right in the center. Look, this midpoint. Place a pin inside from the nipple point. The longer it is, the more comfortable it will be. So I inserted the needle like this. After this, friends, since it holds the satin inside like this, there won't be any bagging inside. So pay attention to that point. Now the back, after doing this, look, I'm opening the back now.
I no longer have anything to do with the back. Yes, I'm opening the back. Let's see. Look, the back has been revealed. It's relaxed.
I immediately turned my needles here without taking them out, just like that. I turned them without taking them out and secured them. The same goes for this part. As far as your hand can go, don't stop. If you feel the effect of the middle needle here, the middle needle will not let go, meaning it will not allow the product to deteriorate, so you can work comfortably here, like this. Relax. Free. As I said, those middle pins, the medium-sized pins we placed in the middle, will do their job very well.
Finally, if I put one on this side too, it's done. Look, I let go.
This applies here as well. I'm removing these extra pins right away. You can now remove this like this. Look, the middle pin, look how nice it is. It hasn't allowed any puckering. It fits very well. It doesn't move anymore. Important techniques. You can turn it like this. We just turned it. I took this part right away. Ready? Let's get this to sewing right away. This is easy. One of the easiest areas. You can sew it like this if you want. Look, friends, you can sew from here or from there. It doesn't matter. But let's start from here if we want.
I'm starting from scratch, my dear friends. Stop. Teacher, you're sewing over the needles. Don't they break? Question. Well, don't they break? They do break. But right now, for example, I'm doing this in front of you. So don't even think about it. Oh, don't the needles break when sewing over them? Question doesn't even need to be asked. If they were to break, they would have broken right now in front of you, and I wouldn't be able to sew.
So when we look here, let's understand. Yes, let's develop the mindset that it can be done this way too. Look at the beauty of the result inside, would you? Look at the beauty of this cleanliness. I'm doing the same process here as well, like this. Some of our friends do a single stitch, my dear friends. Take a look. Some of our friends do a single stitch and leave it, while others do a double stitch like me. I always prefer to do a double stitch. Why? I prefer it for its beauty. There is no other reason. I do a double stitch on these globes because of its beauty. As I said, some do a single stitch and leave it, while others do a double stitch.
I always favor double. I like it that way. I don't have any other purpose. When you do double stitching, it has a more elite appearance in a visual. So if you take it like this, you can even make this part skin colored if you want. You can make one line skin colored, then one line of white. Of course, these are all a matter of taste. It's related to the quality of the appearance. We actually say you can play with it as you like, but let's see the difference. Look, the place with double stitching looks like this. The place with single stitching looks like this. I prefer double stitching.
It looks more high quality. That's why I'm doing the second one like this right away.
Double stitches look more appealing to me. I will continue from here, friends. I won't prolong it. If you want your body to be a bit firmer, to stand more properly, to look sharper, dear friends, today I will use 8 millimeters. What happens if I use 8 millimeters, teacher? Why are we using 10 millimeters, teacher? What happens if we use 12 millimeters, teacher? Friends, this is related to strength resistance. The thicker the BALEN logically is, the harder it will be. That's why I'm now forgetting about 10 and 12 millimeters. Let's stitch with 8 millimeters and see if it works or not. If it doesn't, we'll see what happens, like this. Friends, today we will use 8 millimeter boning. No stopping, right in the middle. Look, something else might come to mind. Please pay attention here. Lessons are very important. Oh, teacher, doesn't the boning poke the skin? Oh, friends, there's interfacing underneath, satin underneath, and on top of that, ironing is applied. Everything gets smoothed out. It's not possible for it to poke the skin, so you can sew comfortably.
Like this, I'm opening this part like this. I will start the seam from the middle. It doesn't matter. There is no such feature. I mean, yeah, I will start from the middle and continue. I'm trying not to go above the glob level at the beginning. I take it from here. This is boning. My friends, we can use boning as a firm material like this. We continue like this.
Cut the fabric to the length of your body. Whatever your body length is, cut it to that length. So don't bother with, oh, how many centimeters should I cut? Just cut it to the end, whatever it is. Okay, look, I sewed the first line. Our boning is 8 millimeters. Yes, we did this part. We're coming right away, my friends. We did one of these in the middle. We'll complete 2 like this right away. We'll complete it immediately. Quickly continue. Yaka, here we extend the boning 1 centimeter over the globe, friends. Look, we extend it 1 centimeter over here so that the resistance is strong. Don't do it from here, it causes breakage. But if you do it from the top, you get healthier results, just so you know.
And that's it. Look, we've done up to here. We've completed this as well. Look, there are excess parts here. This will be cut, but I left it long here anyway. We'll do the final touch together. I'm quickly attaching one to the opposite side. Quickly. We completed it, and that's it. Just like this. Okay, from here, dear friends, this part goes down from here. It goes down like this, and these lines continue. However, I recommend leaving a gap of about 1 or 2 fingers at the top. That's what's supposed to happen anyway. You see these lines, these strings, lay them down to the left. About from the right, leave a seam allowance at the top for the boning. Go down about 1 or 2 fingers, sew the boning like that. Don't go all the way up. Because leave yourself some room for turning. That's why I start from here and continue sewing. No, this time, look, I'm tilting it to the other side so that the stitching doesn't overlap. I tilted it to the other side, opposite. I'm stitching again from the opposite side of the boning, like this. Okay, we got this too. We finished. I want to continue right over here. I want to continue next to the last number 4 mold. All right, teacher, I did this part too. Look, let's prepare for a very quick, practical, and nice result.
Like this.
I took this here too, completed it. I'm continuing. Look, we did one in the middle on the other side as well. We came like this, did all the lines and left it. This applies here too. Now I will do the same process on this side, on the opposite wing. I am continuing quickly. We don't forget to leave a 2-finger allowance at the top for the toning distance, and like this, I did it like this. Now I continue like this.
I completed it immediately. My dear friends, without stopping, but so learned. And there will be friends seeing this for the first time, and there will be friends who have applied it before. Without stopping, we turn to the face of the body. Like this, look, we turn to the face of the body, take the bail from here and continue.
Look, take the bail like this, continue. Even measure 2 lengths like this, leave a finger's width of space here. Leave a finger's width of space. Measure 1 length.
As much as needed, that's how much is needed. Done. I'm saying, let me cut 2 of these right away. I'm placing this here so that both are the same size and to avoid mistakes.
Oh, look, I'm taking it like this. From here, 0 to 0, it will be 1 finger like this, leaving a 1 finger gap, placing it this way. Where am I sewing? I'm sewing on the fabric surface, on the lining surface right now, not inside.
Look, I sewed the boning onto the lining side. This applies to this side as well. I'm doing it here too. Let's do this right away. The next step immediately, this shifted a bit upwards. I want to restore it right away.
From now on, dear friends, look, we are proceeding step by step. We have no more business with the whale. The process is now complete. By the part out here.
I want to say it like this. This piece we prepared here is a ready bridle. These are normal bridles without elastic. You can get them from these slots. There are also wider slots. These are for binding. Now, my friends, let's not prolong it. What we see here, come closer. We sewed the bail here on the surface. Now this piece will come. It will be sewn inside like this.
How many are there? I will check the order immediately. How many? That's it? How many?
Here it is, the same as this. I want to cut from here right away. Come closer to me.
How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I want to make it 11 because I will leave a margin at the bottom so that we are prepared when a skirt or something comes there. 11. I took it. I will take another 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right, I will now take these 2 and sew them onto my body. After that, I will move on to the jumpsuit. Why? Because everything is already progressing in a systematic way. Let's see what will happen. We are moving towards completing the process with excitement. I wonder what will happen. There's no rehearsal, nothing. How will it fit?
Will it work? Come here for a moment. Look, friends. This direction, the direction is facing the body. The direction is facing the body. It will be sewn like that, so it's not sewn like this, it's sewn like this, just so you know. I'm starting this here, leaving a finger's width, and I'm sewing this here. Make sure you sew it securely.
Yes, like this. Come this way, take a look. See, I took this, I made the zigzags plentiful at the end. I felt like making it a bit loose at the beginning too, because it will burst.
Dangerous. You can add extra stitches. You can sew 2 or 3 rows of stitches. I'm doing the same process on this side as well. Okay, I finished that part and I'm continuing.
Like this. I set it up. All right, we are making lots of zigzags. Be careful. Look, I feel like coming back here again.
We are throwing a lot, huh? All right. Yes, I am so excited. Why? We are nearing the end. I will now sew this piece to its corresponding piece, and let's see. However, first of all, I'm quickly ironing just the chest area here. Look, this bias area stretches immediately, stretches. We will see the importance of these later. We will also see the details to avoid those ears in body constructions. We won't leave anything out. It's not more valuable than you. I pinned here like this, just to open this chest area. 1 pin here, 1 pin there. I quickly did this as well. I will take it, I will just press this part, and it will be done. I am ending today's lesson, which lasted about 45 minutes here. I will be eagerly waiting with you for the completion of the body in the next stage. You can use the website ByArslan.com to purchase all these materials. Currently,
thousands of fashion designers in Turkey are using this site. You can use our site with peace of mind. You can place orders from outside Turkey and from European countries. In the next stage, we will finally finish our garment. However, today's materials were matte satin, bodice interfacing, ready-made loops, gimp, sew-in boning, and rat tail. You can purchase all these materials from ByArslan.com. I am leaving the links to the products in the description section. You can easily access them. Take care. See you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Take care.